Everyone in the lobby acted as if the elderly man did not exist. He asked for help several times, but nobody looked at him. I was only an intern, nervous about my very first week, and I almost stayed silent like everyone else. Then I noticed he was deaf. I smiled, greeted him in sign language, and watched his eyes fill with surprise. What happened over the next few hours changed my career and exposed the true character of the people around me forever. If you enjoy emotional stories about kindness, karma, family values, and unexpected twists, subscribe now because every week we bring stories that remind us one small act of kindness can change everything. Emma had dreamed about working at one of the biggest technology companies in the country ever since college. When she finally earned an internship there, she promised herself she would work harder than anyone else. On her first week, she spoke very little because she was afraid of making mistakes. Most employees barely noticed her, and some senior staff treated interns like invisible assistants. Emma accepted it because she believed everyone had to start somewhere. One rainy morning, an elderly man slowly entered the company lobby carrying an old leather bag. His clothes were simple, his hearing aids looked outdated, and he seemed confused by the reception process. Several employees walked past him without even making eye contact. A receptionist became impatient because the man could not hear her instructions. Emma noticed his hands moving awkwardly as if he wanted someone to understand him. She had learned sign language years earlier because her younger brother was born deaf. Without hesitation, she walked over, smiled warmly, and greeted him in sign language. The old man's face immediately brightened with relief. The elderly visitor explained that he had arrived for a scheduled meeting but could not communicate with anyone. Emma patiently translated every question, helped him complete the visitor process, and even offered him a cup of coffee while waiting. Several employees quietly laughed at her for spending so much time helping. Someone they assumed was just another confused visitor. One manager even whispered that interns should focus on important work instead of babysitting strangers. Emma felt embarrassed but continued helping because she believed kindness mattered more than impressing people. As they talked, the old man asked Emma why she chose to help when everyone else ignored him. She smiled and explained that her family had taught her to respect every person, regardless of appearance, wealth, or disability. The old man thanked her sincerely and said people often revealed their true character when they believed nobody important was watching. Emma thought it was simply a thoughtful comment, never realizing those words carried a much deeper meaning. About an hour later, the entire executive team suddenly rushed toward the lobby. The CEO personally greeted the elderly man with a warm embrace, while senior managers looked completely stunned. Emma discovered the visitor was the retired company founder and largest shareholder, a respected businessman who had purposely arrived without announcing his identity. He regularly visited different company branches to observe how employees treated ordinary people. The CEO explained that this quiet tradition had protected the company culture for decades. The atmosphere changed instantly. The same people who had ignored the elderly visitors suddenly tried to apologize and act respectful. The founder calmly stopped them and asked Emma to stay beside him. He publicly praised her compassion, professionalism, and patience before everyone in the lobby. He explained that skills could always be taught, but genuine character could never be faked. Several managers lowered their heads in embarrassment as they realized their behavior had been exposed without anyone accusing them directly. Later that afternoon, Emma received an unexpected invitation to attend a leadership meeting with senior executives. Instead of discussing technical work, they asked for her honest opinion about how interns, visitors, and employees should be treated. Her suggestions inspired the company to introduce disability awareness training, customer service improvements, and mentorship programs for new interns. Within months, those changes dramatically improved employee satisfaction and customer feedback across the organization. Before leaving the building, the elderly founder thanked Emma one final time. He told her that promotions, awards, and business success always came after integrity, never before it. Several months later, Emma was offered a full-time position ahead of hundreds of other applicants. She accepted the job with gratitude, knowing it was never her intelligence that opened the door. It was one simple decision to treat a stranger with dignity when nobody expected anything in return. Sometimes karma does not arrive with revenge. Sometimes it arrives as an opportunity earned through kindness. That day taught me the greatest lesson of my career. Titles can impress people, but character reveals who we truly are. You never know who is watching, and you never know whose life you might change with one small act of kindness. Respect costs nothing, yet it can create opportunities that money can never buy. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who still believes kindness matters.